Shalom, shalom. I'm going to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, this brother out of Yah. Right, I'm going to get a little quick little exhortation through the Spirit. Just encouraging brothers and sisters. Remember, you know what I'm saying, what's required of us, what's our whole duty, right, and how do we have good success in this thing, right? So let's get straight into it, right? The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. It says, and now Israel, right, now you so-called Black, Hispanics, Native Americans, right? And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee? But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. So let's touch on real quick the fear of the Lord, right? Real fast, right? The book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. His praise endure forever. So the beginning step of having wisdom is plainly fearing the Most High God. You have to fear the Most High God. If you don't, you're not going to be wise. You're not going to move in wisdom, right? And it says, and those that keep the commandments, right, get an understanding. So by you keeping the commandments, it enhances, right, your understanding, right? It enhances your wisdom, right? You fear the Lord. That's the beginning step, right? And to focus in on more, or to enhance it, to empower it more, right? To get a better understanding, you got to keep the commandments, right? Plain, right? Let's go to Sirach, right? Chapter 19, simple, right? It says, the book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 18, it says, the fear of the Lord is the first step to be accepted of him, right? It's not no, you don't have to really go too deep into this thing, man. Simple, man. You fear the Lord, that's the first step to being accepted. If you want to be accepted to the Most High God, you got to humble yourself down and you got to fear the Most High. A lot of people, right, they don't fear the Most High, right? They don't fear him, right? When you fear him, when you apply fearing the Most High to your life, right, that's the beginning step of wisdom, and that's the beginning of being acceptable to him, right? And wisdom obtaineth his love, right? And wisdom obtaineth his love, right? And you gotta move in wisdom, right? To obtain his love, right? To get his love, to have access to that, right? You gotta move in wisdom, right? You cannot move in folly or vanity, but the only way you can move in wisdom is by fearing the Most High God and keeping his commandments, right? So let's touch on, loving the Lord, right? Let's touch on that real fast, right? Classic precept, right? Let's say not a long video, just a real quick little exhortation. 1 John 5:3, it says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous, right? So this is the love of God, right? Keeping the commandments. That's showing the Most High that you love him by keeping his commandments. Straight like that. It's simple, right? Let's go to 1 John 2:3 real fast. Right. It says, and hereby we do, it's like, and hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, but the truth is not him. But this is the point I want to get. But whosoever keepeth his word, in him verily is the love of God perfected. Right? So by you keeping the commandments, keeping the words that's written there inside this Bible, that's how the love of God is perfected within you. Right? Let's go to Psalms chapter 19. Right? It's simple, guys. Right? Well, we got to remember these simple things, right, along this walk. Right? We can't get caught up in all the, because you can get caught up in this world. You can get caught up in this or that, or you might say, well, I want to find out the deepest, darkest thing. Hey, make sure you're applying the basics. If you're applying the basics, hey, those things will come, right? Whatever, what not only those things will come, but whatever you're dealing with, right? If you're applying the basics of requirements of required of you as the Israelite, and you can never feel the worst, right? But let's go to Psalms 19 verse 7. It says, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. So the law of the Lord is perfect, right? So keeping the law, that's how you strive for perfection, right? Let's get another one on love. Cause I had I wanted to touch on that when it says, cause how I was saying in, back in 1 John that in him verily is the love of God perfected, and it's then you know that the law is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So by you doing the things that's in the law, right, and which is also doing the things that's written therein, then that's how the love of God is perfected within you, right? But let's go to John 14 and 15. Right, it's straight out the King's mouth. It said, if ye love me, keep my commandments. Simple. If you love the Lord, keep his commandments. If you say you love the Lord, you can't be a liar and say you love him, but you're not keeping his commandments. So, hey, keep these commandments, man. Simple. All right, let's go to the next precept. All right, next one. Ecclesiastes. Another one. And it's going into our duty, man. We can't forget our duty. We cannot forget our duty. The Lord gave us a duty, right? It's the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments. As a matter of fact, I'm going to hold that to I'm going to hold that one. I'm going to hold that joint. I'm going to hold that joint to the end of this lesson, right? Because it's going to resort, but it's always going to come back to that. But I'm going to get Joshua 1 and 8 in real quick, touch on this success, right? How we be successful in this truth. How you be successful in the truth is right here in the Bible, right? And you got some people that's out there, right? They give you a whole spiel, a whole video on, you know what I'm saying, how to be a successful trader, how to be a successful rich man or whatever it might be, or how to be a successful businessman, right? Well, you don't have to do that. With the Bible, it's not you ain't got to pay for it. You ain't got to get this book on, well, you got to get this Bible. Yeah, you do got to get this Bible. But the point is, it's not this whole deep thing of how to obtain success in this truth, or to do what's required of you, or to love the Lord, or to fear. It's simple. Fear the Lord, keep his commandments, love him, and trust him, have faith. It's simple. All right, but this Joshua 1 and 8. It says, this book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then, right, by doing this, by meditating on the law, constantly thinking about the law, right, keeping the laws, right, with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, it says, for then shalt thou make thy way prosperous, and then shalt thou have good success. So you're not going to have good success in this truth if you're not keeping the commandments. If you're wondering why you're struggling in this truth, you wondering why, like, you just can't, it's because you're not fearing the Lord. You're not keeping no commandments, right? Yes, we go through affliction and we go through things, but the affliction, right? The turmoil, these things can be soothed, right, by keeping the commandments, right? Because Lord say, hey, I mean, not Lord, David said he's never seen the righteous forsaken, right? So Lord, he's not going to forsake his people as long as you doing what you're supposed to do. But by you being wicked and not keeping commandments, hey, you're going to be finished in this thing, right? So yeah, of course you're going to go through, but if you keeping the commandments, right, you can still have good success. Because every success story doesn't go perfectly all the time. Sometimes you have up and downs in your success story, right? But you got to keep enduring. Right, but the only way you can get to the success story, or to endure to the end in the success story, is by keeping the commandments. Plain, simple, right? So let's go. So now we're gonna go to the classic I was just gonna bring out, man. Now, man, before I get that, I'm gonna get this one in Sirach real fast. All right. It says, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 24. It says, he that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment, and he that trusteth in him shall fare never the worse, right? I want to bring that out just to say that, hey, we gotta keep these commandments, trust in the Lord, right? And you will never fare the worse, right? In this walk, you will never fare the worse, keeping the commandments and trusting the Lord, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and get the classic, and then I'm gonna close out, man. Like I said, this is a quick little fast video, man. I kind of went longer than I wanted to. Right, this book of Ecclesiastes. It says 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Simple. Right, we got to fear God, keep these commandments. Simple. That's our whole duty, right? And by doing these things, you can be a good husband, right? You can be a good wife, a good brother, a good sister. You can do all these things, everything of being a good person, morality wise, spiritually wise, or whatever, righteous wise. It's under the umbrella of fearing the Lord and keeping his commandments. Because if you fear the Most High God and you keeping his commandments, you're going to move in a different kind of spirit, right? So if you're trying to be that best husband, you need to keep these commandments. If you're trying to be that best wife, right, you need to keep these commandments. If you're trying to be a stand-up guy or a righteous man or a righteous woman, keep the commandments. You know what I'm saying? It comes down to this every time. Keeping the commandments. Fear the Lord, keep his commandment, trust in him, repent. Have faith in his son, Yahushua. And with that, shalom.